Are you ready to start
Let's start.
this unedited podcast?
This is an unedited podcast. Hello.
Hi,
This is the Hamster Never Stops. I'm Marla.
I'm John.
And
Go ahead.
we decided, John and I, when we get together, we could talk and talk and talk for hours about anything. The problem is we never really finish a conversation because the hamster never stops.
Now, with that though, somebody can pause middle of a sentence and switch the subject.
This is true story, because there's always something going on. Like
Correct.
Something is always going on in my head, and I have to get it out, because if I don't get it out, it's gone. It's going to be gone. So therefore, we're like, oh my God, this is genius. So many people feel the same way as us. They want to get it out. They want to hear about a bunch of different things. The hamster never stops. So here we go. Yep. We are not going to be editing this. We are recording live to tape. So
what you saw at the beginning, well, that's because she pushed record and then came and sat down and adjusted things, and that's just the way it's going to be, because we don't want to edit, because that's, I don't know, we're lazy.
It's not being about lazy. It's about, we don't want to seem rehearsed. We're not rehearsed. We're totally fly by the pants. Yep. The seat of our pants. Is that the saying? What is the saying?
Flying by the seat of your pants.
Flying by the seat of your pants. What does that even mean?
I don't know. It kind of means, I would think maybe like the pilots back in the day, like when airplanes first started, they were flying by the seat of their pants, or they're like sitting in the seat and they're just holding on by their pants. I don't know.
Is that true, or did you just pull that out of your seat of your pants?
I just pulled that out of the seat of my pants.
Nice. Good work, John. That was good. That was very good. All right, that was very good. So, the first thing that I do want to talk about, and please, I want to know your true opinion, because we never really discussed it. We just saw Poop Cruise. What was that on? Was that on Netflix?
I think it's on Netflix. Yeah, Poop Cruise is on Netflix.
We just saw the documentary /
I wouldn't call it a documentary. I would say like a kibosh of news stories.
I think that's a documentary.
With a couple interviews.
Well, don't you call it a documentary?
Yeah, I guess you'd call it a documentary.
It's like a documentary. It's
in my opinion, the reason it's a poop cruise is because all those people didn't listen and poop in the red bags like they were told to. If they would have listened, they wouldn't have had the poop cruise. Well, but people don't listen.
You could be right.
I'm very strongly opinionated on that one.
Yeah,
they did it to themselves.
You did. That was good. You did pick up on that.
Of course, then it could, instead of poop cruise, it could have been called the pee cruise, because they were told to pee in the showers, and poop in the red bags. So it could have ended up as the pee cruise instead of the poop cruise. But you never know.
John is giving you a lot of information here. Let me rewind so you all know what we're talking about here. So the idea was, this was back in was it 2013 or something? 2014? It was
at least 10 years ago.
It was at least 10 years ago. I think it was 2013. There was a cruise, a carnival cruise that went out. It was only 4 days. And everyone thought it was going to be so much fun. And there's bachelorette parties and people are going and families and they're having such a good time. And then suddenly the power goes out. And then it was there was a big fire there. And then everything shut off.
Well, and the power went out because of the fire.
Right. This cruise ends up lasting, instead of 4 days, ends up lasting eight or nine or 10.
And most of the time, there's no electricity besides the emergency lights.
Nothing.
No real food, no real water.
No toilets.
No toilets.
Can't flush.
That was the biggest, hence the poop cruise.
Hence the poop cruise. Yep. So like John was saying, it's they instructed people of what to do. So it was pee in the showers. They gave you these biohazard, red bags to poop in. And they were saying, then just throw them in the trash. But nobody wanted to do that. Nobody wanted to poop in a bag. And I gotta be honest, I don't know that I would want to poop in a bag.
It's not hard. So you take the bag, you put it inside the toilet seat, you wrap it around the toilet seat, and then you just sit on it and
poop. It's a lot of work, especially in the dark. That is a lot of work in the dark. But
then it's better than filling the toilet completely full of poop like a porta-john that hasn't been pumped out in 2 weeks. Think of that stink. And then you just take it and you wrap it up, you tie it up, and you set it out like they asked you.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
The guy that kept saying he refused and held it for days and days, I wanted to scream at the TV about this guy. Because, he just blew my mind. I'm not going to poop in a bag. I can't poop. Just poop in the bag.
Listen, I don't know that I could poop in a bag. I feel his pain. I really don't know that I could poop in a bag. I got to be honest. I can barely poop, bag or no bag. So pooping in a bag, that's a lot of pressure.
With the way I am, I've pooped in many, many places all over the world.
Congratulations.
Very adventurous when it comes to pooping in different places. I'll put it that way. Bushes, I'm not going to go into that right now, but maybe that we can do that another time. All the different places that John's poops. But I'm very liberal. You can say.
What is the craziest? Where is the craziest place you pooped?
Ooh, between vehicles in a parking lot, maybe, or
in a parking lot. Into what? The ground?
Yeah.
What?
And then let's see. Where else was it? There was like in corners of like sheds and stuff like that, and like I've lived like we didn't really cover our backgrounds much in what we do and who we are, so like there's more to that stuff.
Well, why don't you let's go into that.
So I was in the Marine Corps. After I got in the Marine Corps, I became a firefighter and paramedic, and then now I am a Marine surveyor. So I inspect and appraise boats. If you don't know what that is, kind of like when you buy a house, you get an inspection and appraisal. That's what I do now. That's who I am. I enjoy live music, dancing, even though I suck at dancing.
No, he doesn't. He's good. He's good.
Yeah, I like being outside, being on the water, all that kind of stuff. What about you?
You forgot the most important thing.
What?
He can poop anywhere, ladies and gentlemen.
That is true.
This man does not discriminate where he poops.
We weren't covering skills. I mean, I have a lot of very special skills. We weren't talking about skills. We were just talking kind of like my background and who I am.
That's true, but I will say that
I realized I really didn't give you a good idea of who I am. I just listed what I did for a living, so that's not who I am, though. But we can talk about that more later.
Okay. For a living, when I have a living, I am by trade a casting director and producer for reality TV. So I am very used to hearing all of these crazy stories and happenstances like this. Like, I would totally cast John in a survival type show because I know that he would have no problem being in the wilderness pooping and living amongst like animals and things like that.
I eat bugs.
And you would eat bugs?
I have eaten bugs.
Oh God, I would not eat bugs. There is a candy store. Let me tell you
something.
They're
a little crunchy.
Wait a minute. Did we see bugs at the candy store down in West Palm too? The bulk candy store. Was there a bug there? Because I know that
yes.
There
when
was
we went to West Palm to
candied crickets or something, or
there was all kinds of crickets, cockroaches, spiders.
And I've seen like a lollipop with a scorpion inside of it.
Yeah, there were several different things with scorpions.
It's really weird. Like I just don't understand. Like if you're gonna choose, to eat a piece of candy, which I love candy, by the way. Like, I certainly wouldn't pair that with a bug.
I don't know.
That's not like a delicacy
So
thing.
for me, eating bugs is like a last resort thing. Like, I'm about to gnaw off my finger because I'm so hungry.
Yeah.
So, and there's no other food I can find or scavenge. So.
There's got to be better choices.
I don't know.
Like, because if I'm in a candy store, so the first time that I saw this, it was at Universal Studios, like up at City Walk. If anyone's familiar with like California and Universal City Walk, there was a candy store, and I cannot remember the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, for the life of me,
Wonka one there now.
There's what?
There's the Wonka candy store there.
No, it was not the Wonka one. The Wonka one is new. The Wonka one is pretty cool, actually. It does look kind of cool.
Because it's based on the Wonka movie.
Yeah, it does look pretty cool. No, this one was the one like in the beginning of the walk, not far from Popcornopolis. I don't remember the name of it, but I remember the first time that I saw they had this like whole section of candy that there was like chocolate covered crickets, and then they had like boxes of crickets that had like, sour cream and onion blend and like a jalapeno blend. And then they had a lollipop again with a scorpion. And then they had like cockroach things.
What?
And I was like, all this weird, like buggy candy. And now for me, I'm thinking like I have a sweet tooth, right? Like we all know, you can't see it now, but there's like a whole peanut M&M guy.
We'll have Peanut on as our guest.
Over there.
We'll put him on here one time.
We'll have Peanut one day as a guest. And
we
he's
can go
full
through
of
the
M&Ms.
M&Ms inside Peanut.
Yeah, like I love a good. Listen, I would never kick an M&M out of bed for eating crackers. Like I love M&Ms. I love chocolate. I love candy. I love sweets. So like for me, walking through a candy store and like filling up the bag, like they do the kind where you just put it in a bag and you weigh it like
and
quarter
then you're
pound.
Putting in bugs in there.
Like I'm not throwing a cricket or a cockroach or a
I think if you got hangry enough, if you got hangry enough, you would eat the bug. Because you do get very hangry sometimes.
No, I do. Listen, I'm hungry. I know.
The whole world knows when you're hangry and hungry.
Listen, I know when it's 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? At 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Marla's got to eat.
Yeah.
It's time. It's time. Did we say our names? Did I say I'm Marla?
Yeah, with the very beginning.
And that's John.
You said I'm Marla.
Who can remember again? The hamster never stops. Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know. I can't even tell you what we were talking about 2 minutes ago.
What were we talking about? Oh, pooping.
Poop cruise.
Oh, we were talking about the poop cruise show. Yeah.
You see what happens.
Yeah, that's why.
You see what happens. Okay, yeah. No, but the point is, I say, like, it was, by the way, before I give my grade on the poop cruise, I am somebody who loves going on cruises. We both.
Yeah, we love it. Yeah, it's a great time.
We love going on cruises. It is so much fun. And after watching that, I don't know if I had never been on a cruise before, right?
Oh, it would make me not want to go on a cruise.
It would make me not want to go on a cruise. It was a rough documentary to watch. Yeah. It was very rough.
Very rough.
But I would say, like, kudos to the Carnival crew, because apparently they really handled themselves
and they
amazingly.
Fixed that ship, renamed it, and it's still out there cruising today.
It is out there cruising today. Yeah.
If you watch the documentary, at the very end, they tell you what the new ship's name is, because they changed the ship's names after they fixed it.
Yeah, they did change it.
So the poop cruise boat is still out there.
It is. But you know what? I do feel like I would still go on I have gone on cruises. We go all the time. And I would go again. So, but I would say, like, it was a great documentary. Like, it was very interesting. I was glued to, it was riveting. Yeah. Like, I was glued to the TV watching what was going on.
I kind of was let down at the end. I thought there was going to be, like, it was building up, like, it felt like there was this suspenseful build up, kind of like in a movie towards the end. And then it was just kind of, they got off the boat. Like, nobody got sick. There wasn't, like, I was expecting, like, when the norovirus, where you, like, basically have explosive diarrhea and, like, really bad, all that good stuff. I was expecting, like, because it was the poop cruise and there was all this feces floating around in the hallways and stuff, I was expecting them to all get that and like then make it worse.
How did no one get sick? Like, that was weird. They never talked about if anybody got, like, sick after. Which
like,
is
they
weird.
Talked that there was some lawsuits and stuff, but then, like, there's some fine print.
They got squashed. There was, like, fine print. It was
because of the fine print, but they've taken that out supposedly. Yeah. But I'm sure that their lawyers have snuck it back in there, because that's what lawyers do.
Who knows? I would say watch the poop cruise. It doesn't, like, we really...
It was interesting.
No matter what we said and talked about, we really still didn't give anything away. Like, it's really compelling to hear. It's real. Like, these are, they have the documentation and the video and the talking of people who were really on this cruise. Yeah. Like, so it's really, I'd say, thumbs up.
Yeah.
And talking about, like, a dramatic ending, not so dramatic. Like,
the Diddy trial.
Oh my God, the Diddy trial.
I just wanted to talk about the Diddy trial. What the... Like, how did he just get off with just prostitution? Like, with all of this stuff, like the racketeering, the sex
but they said they
didn't even get charged with assault. And there's video beating up, what's her name, Cassie?
Yeah, that's terrible. That is terrible. But they said they didn't have enough evidence. I don't even know what that means.
How? They had hundreds of hours he videotaped it all.
I don't know. I don't know, but that's what they're saying.
And who buys hundreds of bottles of baby oil?
Well,
come on.
Listen, that was part of the, somebody just told me, an attorney told us this the other night.
What?
That's part of the Costco defense, that if they stocked up because it was cheaper to buy more that at a time.
Costco sells baby oil by the hundreds pack. I don't think so. They might spell it by, like, the 4 or 5 pack, and not the hundreds.
That is what an attorney told us. Like, he specifically said that is called the Costco defense, when you're trying to get somebody off who has a lot of stuff that could be incriminating.
But then all these people came out. Like, there's 120 people suing him for that kind of stuff, for that kind of behavior.
Listen, I'm not saying I would have found him innocent. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the reasoning that we heard on the news, or that I had heard on one of the news things, was that they didn't have enough evidence to find him guilty of racketeering.
I think part of it is that there's probably people that he's involved with that are in very powerful positions, kind of like the Jeffrey Epstein list. We're not going to go down the Jeffrey Epstein hole, though. But in Ghislaine Maxwell?
Ghislaine.
I can pronounce it first. His woman.
She's still in prison
for sex trafficking, but none of the people that she sex trafficked to have been charged or anything. I mean, we're not going to go down the Epstein thing, but I think that's part of it. I think Diddy, because there's rumors of very powerful people being at the freak-offs and being involved in that stuff. I think that's part of it. I think that's why some of it got the squash. But I was just blown away. Yeah. But then there was also...
and by the way, this is like a real question that I have.
Yeah.
Like, how do you come back from that? Like, what does he do? Now he
goes right back to his life. Like, why not? Like, look at Epstein. Epstein got charged back in the mid to early 2000s with child stuff in Florida, and then he just got away. Did the trial, went on his way, did his whatever time or probation that he did, and then run about his way and went right back to what he was doing. So like, I don't know. I mean, you got to think though. Diddy, I think before the trial was worth close to $1 billion, and now he's down to like 300 or 400 million.
Does he even have that much? I mean, this must have cost him a fortune.
I'm sure.
Like he must. I mean, I can't.
We're talking to like his net worth went down like supposedly like $600 million during his trial. Don't quote me on that, by the way, because I'm not exactly sure. I'm just a quick Google
we don't
search.
Have bank statements.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, I haven't seen bank statements. I don't know anything about it. I don't have any insider information. I just did a Google search, or Bing, DuckDuckGo, whatever you want to use. But
what's that? What's DuckDuckGo?
It's another search engine. It's better, but I use the Brave one now because it doesn't filter as much. Like Google filters stuff. If you do a search on Google or DuckDuckGo or like Brave or Bing, you'll actually get different results in different orders.
Wait a minute, I don't even.
And like Google actually eliminates stuff.
Want to know? Hold on, I'm sure some of the people out here listening too like don't know what you're talking about. I remember when it used to be Yahoo.
Yeah.
And then it was Google.
Yep.
Right.
And Google took over, and Google took over the world.
Right, but I didn't know that there was other.
Oh, there's a bunch of them, and so
searches.
Google every time you search.
Oh, I guess I know about Firefox. That's one, right?
That's a browser, which Brave is a browser as well, which is kind of an offshoot. There's more privacy stuff.
So wait, what's the difference?
So like Google will like keep some of your data and what you search, and then sell it to third parties. That's why like when I'm sure some of the stuff we talked about today is going to show up in our Facebook feed, our Twitter, or X. I think it's X now, not Twitter anymore. It's going to show up in our feed, right? Everybody's done that.
Why did that name change? What is that?
So they're selling your data. And so they're listening and stuff, but they're selling. So like Google will like filter the results, and so certain things like it came out like in the 2020 election stuff. We're not going to talk politics on this show, but it came out then. If you search something on Google and you search it like on Brave or DuckDuckGo or something like that, you actually got different results. It would actually filter out news stories and change, and so that it would suppress. So Google is very bad. Yes, I can put my tinfoil hat on about that, but Google is not the search engine you want to do if you want reliable results.
I use Google. I don't know any. I don't know. I'm you know.
But that's also with like the AI stuff. Some of the concerns about the AI models that are out there doing some stuff is that they're going to do the same thing. And so some people use different AI. Like if you're not aware, there's multiple AI like search engines, like little things you can do. I've been using AI a lot to do my search.
I don't understand the AI thing. I don't use it. Like, and I know it's so funny because
you do though, and you don't realize it because when you do a Google search, you read the AI response at the top that gives you the gist of what you just searched instead of going down the scroll through all the results. You're using AI.
What I mean is like people will say to me, "Why aren't you using whatever? Is it
ChatGPT?
ChatGPT.
That's one AI.
Or why aren't you using like if you have an idea about a show, why don't you just say it into the AI and have them write a description for you?" And I'm like, no,
it can.
It can do that. And I don't do that. I like the creativity of it coming from me, coming from a human.
Yeah.
Like it scares me to know that we have like robots that will potentially take over our world someday. Like
we've all seen the movie Terminator.
But
1, 2, and 3.
Why does that not frighten anybody? Is no one else frightened but me?
Oh yeah.
I'm frightened. Like I heard now that because we have we get an Amazon delivery like every other day, right? And now I heard a robot, not a human, robot will be delivering our packages.
Well, Amazon has been testing and using like drones, like flying drones and dropping it at your door.
I used to complain about the what is it, like the operator where it's not really a person when you call customer service.
So annoying.
You know, and it's like if you'd like to hit number 2.
That is almost as annoying as the customer service representative in India that doesn't speak very good English.
Well,
they're on the same level.
Yeah,
as annoying.
But I miss the human interaction. I'd still rather the guy from India versus just a machine that can't understand what I'm saying, right. And then it brings you all the way back, and you're on there for an hour and a half, and then you've still not gotten anywhere. I just
want to throw my phone across the room at that point.
Me too. I miss the human interaction. And I feel like if we keep going down this AI road, which we are, I mean, I can't stop it. And there's robots and this and that. Like, I don't want to get, my milkshake from a robot, or like if Starbucks is going to start having like robots working behind the desk. You're saying
you're missing the human interaction, but like since the advent of cell phones, go out to eat and watch what people are doing. They're sitting at the tables when like groups of friends are out eating. They're all on their phones. They're not actually interacting with each other. They're literally texting each other next to each other.
I know.
Or messaging, or they're on their phones. Like they're not actually interacting anymore. People stop doing that.
Yeah.
So like when I go out, I like to keep my phone in my pocket and I don't want to pull it out very much. I know some people aren't that way though. But I'm not throwing anybody under the bus.
No, I felt the wheels go right over me, crushed my ribs. I was totally under the bus there. But I understand, like, I do leave my phone there, several reasons. One, I never know when my mom is going to call. And I have to be on full alert, answer the phone when Roberta calls. Yeah. Shout out to Roberta. Hi, Mom. Hi. So I always leave my phone on for her. Number 2, I like to take pictures of things, especially at restaurants. Everything. I like to take pictures of food. I like to take pictures of who I'm with. And, that's important to me. So if the phone was away, tend to be, and this has happened a lot lately. It really has happened a lot that I forget to take pictures because my phone is not sitting right in front of me.
How many pictures, changing subject again for the sixth time in the last 20 minutes.
Well, the hamster never stops.
Yeah. So how many pictures would you guesstimate that you take on an average night out? So let's say you're going to go to dinner and go see some live music, do some dancing, like we like to do on a regular basis.
On an average night out.
How many pictures do you think you would take?
That is a great question.
I have a number in my mind.
I mean,
but I think I'm skewed to the high side. I think.
Well,
just to poke fun.
To be honest, I'm probably taking a minimum of 5 or 6, and it might be more, but I think it's like a minimum of 5 or 6. I used to take a lot more, and it depends on how many people I'm with too, and how many people are like, oh, take a picture. Can we take a picture? Can we take a picture? Because that's the other thing too, is like, because people know that I love taking pictures, everybody comes to me to take a picture.
Yeah.
So
okay,
you know what I mean. But
I would say if you take 5 or 6 in a night out, you're upset when you get back home because you didn't take enough.
Yeah.
I would say your minimum number is usually, I would jokingly say 100, but honestly, I would probably say 15 would probably be your minimum number on your average night out. Would probably be 15. By the time you take picture of your meal, everybody else's you're eating with a meal, everybody at the dinner table, before you eat, middle of eating, after you're done eating, when you get to wherever you're going, the bar you're going to with the band, pictures with every person you run into and talk to that night. I would say probably 15 would probably be about the right number.
It depends. It varies. Yeah. It really varies.
Maybe we should count.
We should count. It varies. Listen, it varies if it's somebody's birthday party, right? It varies if it's if we're just out. Like last night, oh my God, I had so much fun. We had like a little girls' night last night, and I was with a few of my girlfriends. There was maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there was like 6 or 7 of us. And it was just supposed to be like wine and walking, right? So like we had like a little happy hour. We met at the house. We had like appetizers. And then at sunset, we took the glasses of wine and went for a walk.
Did you see a good sunset?
No, because it was kind of too dark already and the bugs were out and it was kind of like half like just finished raining, but it was really fun. But where was I going with that? Oh, yes. And I forgot to take pictures, and John texted me.
Yep,
He's like, don't forget to take a picture. I was like, oh my God, you guys, I almost forgot to take a picture.
Because you keep forgetting lately.
Did everyone hear that?
They might have not heard it because I was talking, but it just thundered.
Big time thunder. Yep. And now I hear it pouring.
Lately we've been stuck in this rain cycle where we live, and it's getting annoying. Especially since how today is July 3rd and tomorrow's the 4th, which is Friday. And it's a nice July 4th weekend, and the weather is not going to be the greatest for enjoying the holiday.
I know, it's really a bummer. We will not, I don't think we're going to be out on the boat.
Anyways, I was going to say, maybe we should make it a point this weekend. We should count. So on Sunday, when the weekend's over, you should go through and you should count. How many photos did I take out when I went out Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday? Yeah. How many photos did you take? And then maybe on our next episode, we could say, this is how many she averaged over the holiday weekend.
If I remember. So listen, we have decided that each episode we would like to do a little thing called
Stump the Hamster. So you want to start that now?
I think we should.
Okay, you want to Stump the Hamster?
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
You can go first, but let's explain this. So first of all, let's say thank you for joining us. This is our very first podcast together, and it's super fun.
Well, no, because we were. What? You were kind of doing a podcast thing with somebody else, and I was a guest on there.
Oh, yes.
A while back.
That's right.
You know who you are.
That's right.
And also, you do a radio thing.
Right, I'm on the radio as well.
On Fridays.
Yes,
on Fridays. Do you want to plug that real fast?
What is the station? WSTU? WTF?
Oh, shoot.
I think it's STU.
It's 1450 AM, right?
Right, I think it's WSTU. Yeah, but I'm so like dyslexic, and I either say
if you're in Florida, 1450 AM.
Really, no, you can watch
at 5 p.m. on Fridays.
It's nationwide. It's online. You can see it online.
What's the title of the show? Is it?
It's the Denny Artachi Show. Yep. I'm his sidekick. And
by the way, that dude can play the guitar and sing like
he's awesome.
I did not know that until we went out one night and we saw him play live, and he just blew me away.
Yeah, really talented guy. We have so much fun together. And so every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at WSTU 1450 AM. And I believe that is the website, WSTU1450.com.
I don't know. I would have to look it up.
Yeah.
We can look in the description. We'll put it in the description.
Yeah, we'll put it in the description of this. You can check it out every Friday.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Fridays at 5.
John was a guest on another show that I was doing. It was the Marla and Denny show.
Yeah, I was a guest on that. So this is technically our second podcast. But this is the one we're really collaborating together.
Yeah.
First
one.
So. And I had a podcast in the past, but it's no longer up. It was just me talking into a microphone, which wasn't that interesting if you ask me. But a couple hundred people every month listen to it. Yeah,
and I used to do during COVID. I did Live at 5 Corona Talk, where we talk about anything but the coronavirus. But that spun into a really big show called.
Yeah, weren't you in a bikini in a pool or a hot tub or a bathtub?
Jacuzzi, it's Friday. Yeah.
Maybe we could do that for one of our episodes. We could put like an inflatable inflatable tub in the backyard.
Yeah, we'll bring back Thank Jacuzzi, it's Friday. Why not? Well, one of the shows.
One of the shows we'll do it.
We'll bring it back. Why not?
Maybe once a month or something.
Yeah, why not? All right.
I don't think anybody wants to see me in a bikini, but.
But anyway, by the way,
maybe a Speedo.
I am sticking to these chairs. These are like alligator, like a crocodile patent leather thrones, and I'm like sticking to them because I'm wearing shorts.
That's why I keep leaning forward.
That are so short.
Stump the Hamster.
Yes. The hamster never stops. See what happens?
Keeps going.
Anyway, so Stump the Hamster, we decided that we would love, and we want you guys to play along with us, right? So like, feel free, write in the comments. You could write us questions, everything, email us. Oh, you could email us at the hamster never stops at gmail.com. Yep. Yes, definitely email us questions, topics, whatever you want to talk about. The hamster never stops at gmail.com. Anyway, back to Stump the Hamster.
Yep.
So Stump the Hamster, we decided we would play this little game at the end of each episode. So we're getting towards the end, where we will ask each other a couple questions and see if we can figure out the answers, right? So we're going to try to stump the hamster.
All right.
And we want you guys to see if you know the answers as well. So John, you start.
Okay. So first thing I'm going to start off with a silly little fact.
Okay.
So today's July 3rd, 2025.
Okay.
We are now closer to 2050 than we are to the year 2000. Because yesterday was the dead between the two, I guess.
Oh, and
according to the internet.
Birthday. That was my brother's birthday yesterday.
It's on the internet, so it must be true, right?
July 2nd?
July 2nd was the halfway point between the year 2000 and the year 2050.
And Mark's birthday. Happy birthday, Mark.
Yeah, happy birthday, Mark. And so now, today, July 3rd.
Did you text him yesterday?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good.
I said happy birthday, and he said thank you.
Okay, good.
And so we still owe him some Chinese buffet for his birthday.
Yeah, but
he keeps
part of his gift. He doesn't know the other half of the gift.
No, that'll be a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But he keeps kicking that ball down. Anyway, so yesterday was a halfway point between the year 2000 and 2050. So today, we are closer to the year 2050 than we are 2000. That is crazy.
That is nuts. And by the way, like, not to keep this going on about timing and everything, but time goes by so quick. I'm like already planning for like New Year's Eve. I don't even know where the year went. I'm like, it's killing me.
Yep.
Anyway, all right.
So I got to use my phone because I screenshotted my questions here for you and the answers. So this is going to be about one of your favorite bags, or one of your manufacturer of one of your favorite bags. So what was Louis Vuitton? Did I pronounce it correctly? First job.
Oh God.
What was his first job?
What was Louis Vuitton's first job? That's a good one.
Yep.
Gosh, I wish I knew more about these designers. And it just so happens I'm wearing Gucci today.
Well, we got a Gucci question is your next question.
Well, wait, no, let's deal with this one. Hold on a minute.
We'll give you guys at home a few minutes too. Well,
what was Louis Vuitton's first job?
What was his first job?
By the way, at home, don't be Googling this. Try to really play along with us. Like, write in the comments. I want you to write in the comments what you think it is before you actually look. And then you can look and then you can tell us. What was Louis Vuitton's first job? You know, I really don't know, but I'm just going to throw it out there just because I have to throw it out there.
Fly by the seat of your pants.
Newspaper boy.
Nope.
It wasn't a newspaper delivery boy?
No. Okay, I gave you guys about 30 seconds because I do have my timer going on my watch so I know how long we're in this podcast.
All right, what is it?
So Louis Vuitton's first job was an apprentice trunk maker in the year 1837 in Paris, France.
God, that seems too obvious. Because they sell trunks. Louis Vuitton makes a gorgeous trunk.
He did that job at the age of 16 is when he became an apprentice. He did that job for 17 years. And then in 1854, he went off on his own and started the Louis Vuitton company, and where they made trunks. And then in 1858 is when he made his iconic flat top trunk that they still make today.
They still make today. God, I would love the Louis Vuitton.
And then it didn't start until the 1900s came around, which obviously Louis Vuitton was no longer around anymore. He's no longer with us because he'd be like 200 years old almost at this point.
Yeah.
The company has morphed into what it is today.
Wow, that is I like that fun fact, John. And you know, just because the hamster never stops, let me say this too about Louis Vuitton. I do love Louis Vuitton. I love their trunks. And I love their luggage. What I don't understand is how people buy the luggage and then check it. Like, I've never had a piece of luggage that does not get destroyed at an airport when I check it. Why are you checking your Louis Vuitton luggage?
If you're buying Louis Vuitton luggage, I think you're okay if it gets damaged with checking it because you have the money.
But still, it's like carrying it on.
Because people that don't have the money aren't going to buy Louis Vuitton. Like, you're not going to pay $5,000. Normal person's not going to pay $5,000 for a suitcase. Am I wrong?
But wait a minute.
Normal guy's going to go to Ross or TJ Maxx and pick one up for $100.
If you are going to spend $5,000 on a suitcase, right? Even if you're
probably flying private.
But like, I've seen them come through the check.
How do you know it's real though? It could be a knockoff from Mexico.
It could be fake. Who knows?
Could be fake. Okay, you ready for your next one?
No, I want to go.
Oh, you want to go back and forth this way?
Well, I think we're going to do one today. One each.
Come on. We got time. We can hurry it up. This one's a really good one.
Fine, go.
And it's about one of your other favorite bands, Gucci.
Oh, fine, go.
What is the most expensive item that Gucci has sold? This blew my mind.
The most expensive item that Gucci has sold. Yeah.
And it's okay if we run a little long, too.
All right, fine.
It's the first episode. It's okay to go a little long. We're going to try and keep it to 30 minutes.
Yeah, we'll keep between 30 and 35 minutes each time because we know that it's just enough time to it's like a sitcom. The most expensive item that Gucci has sold. Everybody, please, again, try to write your answers, what you get, your guesses,
I'll give you 20 more seconds.
In the comments. And then you could also just go back and let us know, after you found that out. This is a tough one.
Give me your guess.
Well, my guess is it can't be a bag. It can't be a dress or jewelry. It can't be shoes. I feel like it has to be something that's branded by them. I'm going to say a car. Okay, so you think it's a car? Yeah. Okay. What is it? So it's a platinum gilded men's suit, and it was priced at $3.5 million. It had exceptional craftsmanship and rare materials, making a pinnacle of luxury and fashion. But the suit sold for $3.5 million. Who bought it? Does it say who bought it? I didn't look to see who bought it. I'm sure somebody probably out there. It's probably a rapper. Oh my God. A platinum suit, like bling in with diamonds and encrusted. Like, listen, I want it. Like for $3.5 million, that suit better do a lot for me. Wow. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, no, I agree. All right. Let's see if you can stump me. I don't have my phone, so I have to pull out my. Oh, do you want to see what I wrote it in? My little notebook that John had made for me. Okay. Isn't this cute? All right. Anyway, let me look up my questions that let me pick one. Here we go. All right. My first Stump the Hamster question for you. Are you stomping or are you stumping? Stump the hamster. Stump the hamster. Don't kill the hamster. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't stomp the hamster. All right. Oh, there's so many good ones here. What do you got? Give me two. I'm going to give one that actually you could get. Why? I want to give one, and I want to give one that maybe the people at home could play for because this is good. Okay. You could get it. Okay. What do you got? All right. What was the first names of all of the members of the Backstreet Boys, and how many of them were there? Okay, so how many Backstreet Boys were there? And give me the first names of all of them. So people at home, again, don't Google it, right? I know you got to know at least one of them. Come on. So I think there was 5. Talk it through. Okay, I think there was 5 of them. Okay. I think Justin Timberlake was one of them. Mm-hmm. And then I don't know anything other than that because I was not a Backstreet Boys fan. We used to use a different term for that band back when I was growing up. BSB. So listen, first of all, you are half correct. There were 5 Backstreet Boys. But Justin Timberlake, was he in sync? Okay. Justin Timberlake was not. I was not a boy band fan. I was like heavy metal and country music. So I wasn't into like the pop music back growing up. That wasn't my thing. So that's why. Well, the 5 names are the people at home that may not know the 5 Backstreet Boys. It was Nick, AJ, Brian, Kevin, and Howie. Okay. Would you have ever gotten any of those? Nope. All right. So then let's do it this way. How many guys were in NSYNC And can you name all 5 of them? Only first name.
No.
All right, so everyone at home too.
I just gave you the one person I know in NSYNC's name.
How many guys were in NSYNC? This is a fun one.
Was there 5?
This is a fun one. How many guys were in NSYNC? And can you name all 5 of them? First name.
So you just gave us that there were 5. Because you could say...
Oh, yeah, you're right. Well, because you said 5.
Yeah, I said 5.
Yeah, so you're right.
And
There's 5.
You confirmed that by your statement accidentally. Yes. And all I got is Justin Timberlake. That's it. Come
on, you've got to know more.
And the only reason I really know him is because he did a couple good songs, like the one he did with was it Chris Stapleton? Like
NSYNC was. I mean, so was.
I wasn't a boy band guy. Like that wasn't my thing. Like I was country music and heavy metal. Like
even at that age.
Yeah. Like I wasn't into pop and stuff like that. Like country music and heavy metal and rap, like gangster rap. Which was weird, which I know is kind of weird, heavy metal, country music, and gangster rap. Like, I love Tupac.
Yeah.
Tupac, Easy, like...
Yep, I got you. Now, listen, I loved rap, too. I mean, I still do. Rap is great. But
going through a cornfield, listening to Straight Outta Compton, it's a little awkward, but I enjoyed it.
So, all right, so just to clarify, yes, again, 5.
See, you stumped me just as much as I stumped you today.
Yeah, we totally stumped the hamster. I have to give out the answer. You're not letting me give the answer.
Oh, sorry, squirrel.
So... there is Justin. There is JC.
Okay.
There is Joey. There is Chris. And of course, Lance.
Who's Lance?
Lance Bass.
Okay.
Oh, come on. You know who he is. If you saw him, you would know who he is.
Maybe. Has he done anything since then?
Yeah, you know what? He's actually on a lot of he's been on a few episodes of like Vanderpump Rules or Real House. He's good friends
shows I don't watch.
Well, you know what? Because he's good friends with what's her name? Lisa Vanderpump.
Like I'm supposed to know who that is.
Oh, come on, the Real House of Beverly Hills. She used to be the Real House of Beverly
Hills. Again, a show I don't watch.
Fine, whatever.
But I think that's all the time we have.
Yeah, we both stumped the hamster. Nice.
Good job.
Nice. People at home, we hope that you enjoyed Stump the Hamster. Yep. And most importantly, we hope that you enjoyed The Hamster Never Stops. We will see you next time.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.